Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be making this cutie that's bag over there. That's what we are making today. So fine, super adorable bag mixed with Ankara and additional strap, including short handles. It has side. It also has a zipper pocket inside. Okay, for this bag today, I'm going to be using this suede. This like horse blood. I'm going to be using this leather for the art set. Then I have this. This is like the interfacing. I'm going to be gumming or gluing the Ankara Print too. Or you can also use Manco. I also have gum here to gum the Ankara Print to the thick leather. I have brush to apply the gum. I have my zipper for the zipper closure, another zipper. This one I'll be using for the inner zipper pocket. I decided to make it red to kind of match a bit with this. I have my scissors for cutting, chalk for marking. I have my D-rings here. I'll be using 4 D-rings. Okay, so I have bottom feet. So there are 2 types here. I'll probably decide on the one to use later. I'm going to be using 4 of them. I have rivets. That is basically what we're going to be needing for now. Now I'm going to be taking this thick leather here and I'm going to be laying it down so we can cut out our pattern. So I have my template paper here. I'm going to place it on the wrong side of the leather. I'm going to mark out this shape. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to shift the template to the edge of the leather because I don't want any part of it to waste. Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to trace out this pattern. You can put a hard substance on it, like a plank or something heavy, so ensure template paper is not moving. So I'm going to cut on this. I just cut out part of it. Cut on the middle of that line that you've traced out or marked out. So this leather I'm using, guys, it's not like a genuine leather. It's just a very thick leather that I use for interfacing bags. So I've finished tracing this out now. So I'm going to cut 2 of these out. I have 2 of them cut out now. So this is the leather I'm using for the bottom panel and also for the asset panel. I'm using this black leather. Just going to trace around it, trying to shift it. I don't want to waste the leather. For the asset panel, I'm going to be cutting out 2 for this bag. So I'm also going to trace the pattern out. I'm just going to cut out this. Here's it, guys. I'm going to be stabilizing this bottom panel, interfacing it with a very thick leather, because as you all know, the bottom panel bears most of the weight of our bags. I have my 2 main panels, the bottom panel and 2 asset panels. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is to kind of cut out the straps, which are going to act as the handle holders. So guys, I've decided to use this Ankara Ankara Print rather than Dix. I actually prefer this one for this particular bag. The straps, I'm going to be cutting out 4 of Dix. 4 of this. This is this black leather. So I'm just going to place it on the wrong side of it and just trace out. Tracing out the second strap now. So I'm going to be cutting out or measuring out 4 of them. So this is the third one. Just going to cut out these small pieces of the leather to make it easy for me to work with. Cutting out each of the traced out strap. This is the first, so I'm just going to cut out 4 of these. This last one. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be making a mark at the center. Measurement for this is 4 inches by 8 inches. So the middle point is 2 inch. Total width of this is 4, so the middle point is going to be 2 inch. So I'm going to be making a mark because we're going to be folding this towards the middle, each of the edges towards the middle. Then we'll fold this other one towards the middle. Then we're going to fold again to get this, which is going to be 1 inch in width. Since the D-ring we are using, this D-ring is 1 inch in width, we'll have to make this 1 inch by folding 4 times. Just going to make like 2 inches mark. This is the middle point. Total length is 4, so the middle point is going to be 2 inch mark. I'm just going to connect the marks. Alright, so here is it. I've done the 4. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to be applying gum to it. Just going to be applying gum. I'm just going to take it and fold each of the edges towards the middle mark. I will mark with pen, or you can also use your hammer. Just fold to the middle, that middle mark, which is 2 inches. And I'll just trim off this. So I'm going to take them to the machine now, and I'm going to fold like this, then sew on it. So I'm going to fold like this, and I applied a bit of machine oil on it to make the sewing easy. Plastic first. So I'm using this thread. It's an industrial machine size 3. This is it on the floor. It's easy for me when I put it on the floor to sew. Then the needle I'm using size 23 needle. So take notice of that. Especially when you are sewing leather, you just need some of these things. Instead of using 18 or 60, I would advise you to go for a size 23 needle. So I'm turning now to sew the other side. Put my needle down. Put this down. Then going to backstage. Remove it. Trim off. Just going to bone to get a neat look. Okay, I'll trim off this. This is the first strap. So you tear off this now. Open. So we have 2 of them. So now next thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be applying gum on it. Then I'm going to be laying the gummed part of this leather, this leather I'm using as a stabilizer, on this beautiful Ankara print. I'll just take my gum and my brush and just apply. Okay, enough. Once you've applied the gum, just let it dry for some minutes. I always advise 5 to 10 minutes because once it's dry, to be able to stick well. So it's advisable for you to let it dry for some time. You're going to take your fabric. I'm just going to lay something on this place so that my fabric does not get stained. I'm going to take the right side of the Ankara, ensure it's lays down on the table like this. The wrong side, which is this, is going to face up. So I'll take this gummed part of this leather, I'll lay it on it like this. Okay, I'll lay it, then I'll kind of use my hand to just smoothen it out like this. All right, then I'm going to trim around it. Take note that we are not leaving any excess because we are not folding in this particular bag we are making. I'm going to cut out the part I'm going to work with out so that it will be easy for me to work instead of working with the entire Ankara print. I'll keep this aside. So what I did, I actually used my hand to smooth out the wrinkles. You can watch my previous video to see how I lay my fabric on my gummed panel. So just smoothing it out, then I trimmed around this. I did a similar video, you can go watch that one please. The next thing I'm going to do, remember we have our straps which are going to act as the handle holders. I also have my asset panel that is going to go like this, So what I'm going to do first is to attach the strap. I'm going to be sewing the strap to this panel. To do that, we are going to be measuring out the position we are going to place these straps. So now I'm going to place it. I'm going to take some measurement from these edges and from the top. First of all, from the edges here, I'm going to take 3.5 inches. Take 3.5 and kind of mark. Okay, so remember that we are using chalks and it's cleanable. So this way I'm going to place it. Mark to act as a guide. You can simply just rule it like this. Okay, so on this edge too, I will take 3.5 and I'll mark. Bring out my D-rings. This is 1 inch. It was 4, we folded into 4. This 1 inch, and the length of this D-ring is 1 inch as well. So you're just going to go through it like this, and I'm going to hold it in place. Okay, so I'll take the other one to go through it. I'm going to clip it in place too. So know where I'm going to place it from the top. I'll just come to this line here, follow this line. I'll take about 1.5 inch. Yeah, I'll come to this other line, just following this one up. I'll take another 1.5 inch. So the strap is going to start from this point that we made, this 1.5 inch point, and it's not going to go beyond this line. It's just going to stay very close to the line. So what you do is you ensure it's very, very straight. Draw a mark, a line as a guide. So by the time you are sewing, these marks you have made are going to act as guides. Don't worry about the chalk mark. I'm going to clean them up with water. You're not going to see any stain on your bag. I'm going to do the same here. I'll take this as a guide. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this to the sewing machine now and sew. Start from the down, so it will be easy for me to sew from down to up. It's easier that way for me. So you can start from any direction you want. So ensure it's straight. It's going to be a bit hard. So I'll raise this up. So I'm not going to turn like this, so I'll just back stitch the start from the down, because I wouldn't want the matching foot to damage the edge of my leather here. So I'll just back stitch here. And I'm going to remove I'll trim off this thread. Trim. Can find. Want to sew the other one, place it on this mark, this 1.5 mark, and make sure it's in between these two lines. Start sewing from the down. Just sewing there, and now raise it up. Remember, it's hard now. Please guys, if you are sewing this bag, I would advise you to use size 23 needle. Okay, so I'll cut here. I don't want to turn so I don't damage this part of the leather. So there's a reason why I'm doing that. So I've back stitched here, so I'm just going to sew from the down again. Make sure you follow that stitch, previous stitch. Now cut this. Any excess thread, just make sure you burn off. That's it. As I said before, don't mind about this chalk mark. We are going to clean it up. Asset panel. So I'm just going to lay the asset panel on it like this. Just make sure it's straight in to a position. I'm just going to sew and clip in place. Basically basing asset panel to the main panel. So put my needle down. So in this case, please, you have to go gently. Don't rush. This is external stitches, so it's important how it turns out. Don't rush over it. So on this part, it's getting thicker. I'll just use my hand. Keep sewing. I'm basically following that shape. So I'm going to turn and kind of sew. fastened all around from this point to this point. Please guys, do go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm begging you guys, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like this particular video that I made or any of my other video, please give them a thumbs up, like them, share them to anyone who's interested in making Ankara bags, accessory. I also have some quilted leather bags on my YouTube channel. Ensure you subscribe to get to watch them.